Good morning, my name is Julie Gannon-Gowland and I am part of the project team that's recently been employed for the Durham Cathedral Heritage Woodlands and Riverbanks project. It's part of a huge HLF grant for a 3-year programme to develop and rejuvenate the woodlands and the riverbanks around the cathedral. Part of the project is to develop an outdoor education service, and I hope to do that in conjunction with teachers. One of the many activities that I hope to run are a geology trail. There's also scope to do wildlife investigation, mini beast hunting, orienteering, geography and science programmes all across this beautiful site. I'm going to show you a couple of the highlights of the site now, and hopefully you'll be interested to work with me to develop something that would suit your children. One of the many things that we're hoping to achieve as part of the education programme is to develop a series of sessions on outdoor education. One of these will be based around the geology of the Durham area. And one of the exciting things that you can find in here is a natural coal seam running under the ground, which is just under here. As you can see, it's quite well hidden by this sandstone, but if you reach underneath, the children will be able to find some natural coal. One of the ways in which we get children to think about permeable and impermeable rocks is to get them to imagine the Volvic advert, whereby the water seeping down through the ground and then coming out through a permeable rock, just like it is here. Unfortunately, we don't have our very own volcano here on the cathedral site, but we do have these permeable rocks that can give the children an idea of just how it works, our very own Volvic advert. Another possibility for the Durham Cathedral Outdoor Education Service is to develop a series of orienteering trails around the woodland and the surrounding area. There will be way markers off the beaten track, so children will be encouraged to come off the paths and to go further into the woodland to find the clues and to solve the puzzle and to do it in a specified time. Hopefully this will increase their team building skills and also get them outdoors in the fresh air and enjoying some outdoor education. Another stop on the Geology Rocks tour of Durham is this mudstone, which you can see peeking out from underneath the ivy. We do encourage children to safely clamber up there and to actually touch the real thing, but for video purposes, here's a bit that just happens to have fallen off earlier. Now, if you can closely zoom in on this, you can see all the different layers of the mudstone, and the cathedral would have used this to make the cement to hold the blocks of the cathedral together. So again, something historical that the children can learn about while they're here. And inside, it's lots of different colours because it's all different layers. One of the things that the site is absolutely perfect for is mini beast and wildlife investigation. For example, in this area alone, you've got fantastic opportunity where you've got the short grass there, then to the left and behind me you've got dead wood and leaves, and then on the other side of the path you've actually got longer grass and scrub, and lots of different animals and wildlife will live in this environment, and it's a perfect opportunity for the children to come along and to investigate that for themselves and to record their findings. Another fantastic opportunity that presents itself as part of the Heritage Woodlands and Riverbanks project is the historic environment. For example, this beautiful building here is known locally as the Count's House, and you and your children can find out more about this and the many other historic features along the riverbanks as part of the project. I'm planning to develop a historic environment and built environment workshop that shadows how Durham's changed through the time, and part of this will be the Count's House, so come along and find out more. As part of our exciting wildlife workshops, children not only get to explore both this side and that side of the river, but they also get to take a closer look into what lives on the riverbanks and on the river itself. For example, the cormorant that we just saw is a feature along the riverbanks of Durham, regularly with 2 or 3 others, and the children will be asked to look at the cormorant, its habitat, what it eats and why it chooses to live along the Durham riverbank. Behind me is the historic Prebends Bridge. It replaces an earlier bridge that was built further down the river and lower down, which was unfortunately washed away in a flash flood in the 1800s. The bridge behind me forms part of Historic Durham, which the children can find out more about as part of the Heritage Woodlands and Riverbanks project. However, the bridge is also used by bats as a bat roost, as are some of the taller deadwood trees across the other end. All staff who accompany your children on their Woodland and Riverbanks visit will be first aid trained. We'll have a first aid kit with us, and we all carry one of these, a radio which links us straight to the Porter's Lodge at the Cathedral so they can call for any help should the situation arise. Durham Cathedral Heritage Woodlands and Riverbanks project provides a unique, exciting opportunity for you and your children to experience outdoor education. To become involved in this and to allow your children to experience a unique, innovative and exciting day out, do contact us. All the activities that I've outlined during this presentation may or may not be available at the time. It depends very much on you as teachers and if you're willing to work together in partnership to develop activities, sessions and events that will interest you and your children.